Okay, tell me. The line
The line 3x plus y
hmm,
is equal to 9
is equals to 9. Okay.
divides the line joining 1 by 3
Okay.
and q 2 by 7.
The पीछे से आवाज आ रही है बेटा. Noise is coming. Can you show me your, is it possible that can you show me that question?
No, sir, I copied and written in my notebook.
Okay, here there is a line 3x plus 9. And is the coordinate of point A and B is given to you?
Yes, sir. 1 by 3.
1 by 3 and
No, sir. 1 comma 3.
okay, and
2 comma 7.
2 comma 7, and it is being asked that find the coordinate of the point B.
2, not 4.
2 comma 7, no? 2 comma 7. Okay, and it is being asked that what is the coordinate of, means it is being asked in the question that in what ratio this line segment is going to divide this one.
Yes, sir.
So this type of question we have done previously also. Okay, so how can we solve this question? We assume that this line is dividing the line segment into M1 and M2 ratio. Okay, then what you need to do here is you have to calculate first, assuming that this is the capital X and this is the capital Y, and now calculate the value of X and Y by using this formula, that is M1 X2 plus M2 X1 upon M1 plus M2. So you have to write here capital X. The value of M1 is actually 1. The value of M1 is M1 and X2 is actually 2, plus you can simply write here like this way, 2M1, because when this M1 get multiplied with this 2, you will get 2M1. When this M2 get multiplied with this one, you will get plus M2 upon M1 plus M2. So this is our first value of X. In a similar way, we can calculate the value of Y. The formula is M1 Y2 plus M2 Y1 upon M1 plus M2. M1 Y2 plus M2 Y1 upon M1 plus M2. So here you can write here M1 is M1 actually, and Y2 is actually 7. So you can write here 7 M1 plus M2 is M2, and here Y1 is actually 3. So you can write here 3 M1 upon M1 plus M2. Now this is the value of X and this is the value of Y. Put this value of X and Y in this equation. So when you put this value of X and Y in this equation, we'll get 3 into bracket 3M1 Y2, sorry, 3 if the value of X is actually this one, 2M1 plus M2 upon M1 plus M2. In a similar way, plus Y is actually 7M1 plus 3M2, 7M1 plus 3M2, and M1 plus M2 here. Okay, and that would be equivalent to how much? That would be equivalent to 9. Now what you need to do here is you have to open the bracket, you have to multiply this one and this one. So you can write here 6M1 plus 3M2 upon M1 plus M2 plus 7M1 plus 3M2 is equals to M1 plus M2. Now taking the M1, M2 as LCM, M1 and M2 as LCM. So you can write here 6M1 and 7M1. You will get here 13M1. And similarly M2 here. So 3M2 and 3M2, you will get here 6M2 is equals to 9. Now multiplying this one, this M1 M2 will go to that side and will get multiplied with M1 plus M2. And you can write here 13M1 plus 6M2. Now opening this bracket, you will get here 9M1, 9M2, and similarly 13M1 plus 6M2. Now this M1 will comes to this side and this M2 will goes to that side. So it will gives you 13M1 minus 9M1 is equals to 9M2 minus 6M2. 6m2. So you will get here 13 minus 9, you will get 4m1, and here you will get 9 minus, you will get 3m2. Now what you need to write here is, you have to write this like way, the m1 upon m2, and now you need to wisely put the value, that is it 3 upon 4 or 4 upon 3. So when you write here 4 in the denominator and 3 in the numerator, you can check whether if you multiply it again, so will you get the same value. So here you can get the same value, 4m1 and 3m2. Got it? Got it?
Yes, I was confused whether it will come 3 by 4 or 4 by 3, but as I chose 3 by 4, well, the answer was 4 by 3. 4 is to 3.
So your answer was 4 is to 3, but the actual answer is 3 is to 4, na?
No, sir, my answer was 3 is to 4, I chose, but in the options, it was the correct option was 4 is to 3. So I was having a doubt how to know the correct one.
No, the correct option is 3 is to 4 only. Okay, because when you multiply this one m1 and 2, so then you can get, is it the same in the question, is the value here, a coordinate is given 1 is to 3 and b coordinate is given 2 is to 7.
So they just given that the line 3x plus y minus 9 is equal to 0 divides the line joining p and q internally in ratio, which ratio they are asking.
Okay. Okay. So there might be mistake in the options, not necessarily that the option will be 100% correct. So if your answer is also 3 is to 4, so it might be possible. Okay, got it. But we need to, because both of us are getting the same answer, so there is no chance of mistake.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay. Is there any questions that you are having doubt?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Tanishka, do you have any doubt in in mathematics?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Okay. So let's start.
So I do you reciprocal the term?
Why do you reciprocal the term means?
I mean, why do you write 3? It was coming 4m1 is equal to 3m2. Why did you write 3m1 and 4m2? Like
Because
4 in denominator and 3 in numerator.
because we need to check this one, whether if I again cross multiply this one like this way and this way, will I get the same answer or not? If 4 is being multiplied with this one and 3 is multiplying with this one, cross multiplication, you can again get 4m1 is equals to 3m2, which is our previous one.
Okay.
So that's why we need to check. Sometimes the student used to write as m1 upon m2. Here they thought that this is with m1 is 4. So they write here 4 and with m2 is 3, they write here 3. But when you multiply again this one, so you get 3m1 and 4m2. That is incorrect. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's practice some important questions. May I know, Sadhna, how many chapters are coming in your examinations, in your tomorrow examination?
This tomorrow's exam, sir?
May I know that how many chapters are coming in your examination tomorrow?
5, sir.
5 chapters. And how many of them we have done? Is trigonometry is coming?
No, sir.
Trigonometry is
This
not coming.
next exam.
Okay. So may I know that is one chapter is coordinate geometry. Tell me the name of the chapter that is coming in examination.
Real numbers,
Okay.
polynomials, linear equations, probability, and coordinate geometry.
Probability and commutativity. Is there any chapter that you want to study specifically today?
Sir, I thought you will be conducting today questions of coordinate geometry, so it will help in revision. That's why I asked for class to be held today.
Okay. Okay. So let us start doing the questions of coordinate geometry. Okay. So wait a minute. Let's start doing that one. So let's practice all the chapters that are coming in examinations. So first start with the coordinate geometry, and then we shall be proceeding with the other chapters also. Okay. So wait a minute. Okay. Okay. So here are some questions, important questions. So here the exercise number 1, 7.1. Here we need to do, there are some objective questions. The distance of the point 2, 3 from x-axis is. Tell me, what would be the correct answer?
So can I tell?
Yes. Both of you can tell.
3.
3 from the x-axis. Now, the distance of the point. So you can do this one by simple imaginations also, or you can use the formula also. So you have to use your mind in both the cases. Okay, so if I'm saying you that a coordinate is there, okay, so and its coordinate is given that this is 2, 3. So means 2 you have to go through the x-axis, along the x-axis, and 3 you have to go along the y-axis. Means this is the 3 and this is the 2. So this point is lying here 2, 3. So if it is being asked that what is the distance, the distance of the point P from the x-axis, so it is actually 3. Okay, 3 units from the x-axis. Okay, perpendicular distance is 3 units. So we can write like this way, or you can solve it by using the formula. Okay, got it. Let's move further. Here we have the distance between the point this and this is. You can solve this one. So then no need to solve this one. We need not, means we are going to practice only those questions in which we can have some doubts. Okay, so the distance of the point P from the origin is, tell me, from the origin. So when you have to find out the distance from the origin, simply you need to square of this, and then you have to bring the under root. Means you have to do the square of 6 plus 8 square, then you will get 36 plus 64, and then simply you have to add these 200 and then under root this one. So simply you can get the 10. Got it? How I do this one? Means you have to write 6 minus 0, then whole square, then 8 minus 0. No need to write. Write it like 6 minus whole square upon 8 minus whole square. Then you will get this one, and you will get 10 units. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, both of you, Sadhna, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me, question number 4. The distance between the point, you can easily solve this one. Here we have the triangle. Sorry, AOBC is a vertices of the triangle, and it is being given to you. The length of the diagonal. So it is being asked the length of the diagonal of what will be the length of the diagonal? It's diagonal. So it is a, you know that it is the rectangle, and in rectangle actually you all knows that in rectangles the diagonals are equals. The diagonals are of equal length. Okay. So if you take these sides, like you imagine that AO B. Here we have the 4 coordinates. We have the 3 vertices, na? AOBCs are whose 3 vertices are this one. So if the 3 vertices are this one, you can consider that this 0, 0, another one AOBC, na? You can consider A like 0, 3. Okay, 0, 3 here, and you get here that is 5, 0. So simply you can find out the distance between these two points, and you will be able to find out the coordinate of these two. Okay. So what would the distance? That will be under root of
Root 34.
Root 34. How? How can you say?
We are doing question number 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 root of 17.
2 root of 17. Option ही नहीं है ऐसे तो. It will be simply you have to find out the length of these two and the coordinate of this one is given. So if the one coordinate is 0, so what you need to do is you have to write here 5 square plus 0 ka square. You can write it root 5 ka square. You can write it 25 means 5. Five comma 0. No. You have to think it again. Okay, if we are considering, if I considering 0 comma 0 is the point of this one, so 3 will lie here, and then this 5. Okay, it's okay. The 5 will be the correct option. Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So please explain again.
Okay. Let's check this one again. Okay. How can we find out the diagonals? Let's check again. Okay. If we have, let me explain you there. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt in your answer.
Yeah. I also have a doubt. So I'm going to explain you again this one. So wait a minute. If we have, because actually 5 cannot be the diagonal in this case, because here the coordinate is 5 comma 0, and 5 comma 0 means it is also on the y-axis. Okay, so let me assume this one. So here we have one coordinate. Let me write it with other pen. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, this is the coordinate of the 3 coordinate of the triangles are being given to us. This is one is 0 comma 0. Okay, AO, and we assume this one is AO, and the triangle's name is B. So it is actually the name of the triangle is not taken in the systematical order. So that might be a mistake. AOBC is the name, and we have the coordinate of AOB. So if okay, so if I'm taking A coordinate as 0 comma 3, then the B coordinate will be of 0 comma 5. Okay, so here the diagonal would be formed by these two, 0 comma 3 and 0 comma 5. Okay, these two are going to make the diagonals. Okay, so you can simply calculate the length of these two.
Yes, sir. That
Okay.
is the option C.
Yeah, this is option C, because here we have, if I take this one OA, then OAB, you cannot take it, means that the diagonal means if you have to take, means you have to take the coordinate in the systematical order. So here you have taken this 0 comma 3, so this will be lying on the y-axis and this will be lying on the x-axis. So this is possible. So you can take the diagonals of this one, and here you can write here 3 square plus 5 square, simply 3 square plus 5 square in under root, then you will get here what, 9 plus 25 in under root, then you will get here root 30, root 34. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move further. So we have the next question here. If the perimeter of a triangle, find the perimeter of the means if it is being given to you, the perimeter you need to calculate. So what will be the perimeter of this one? So you have to calculate, simply you need to add the 3 distances, and you can easily, if 0 is the coordinate, it will help you simple. So if 0 comma 4 is the coordinate, so what you need to write is the 4 is the distance between this one and this one, and 3 is the distance between this one, because 3 comma 0 is the other distance. So let me explain you this one in a simple order, that you have the coordinate 3 comma 0, then 0 comma 0, sorry, 0 comma 4. You have the 3 coordinates, 0 comma 3, then 0 comma 0, and then 0 comma 3, 3 comma 0. That is we have 3 comma 0. We have 0 comma 4 and 3 comma 0. Yeah, I'm confusing this one and this one because these are same. So here it is 0 comma 4 and then 3 comma 0. We have 0 comma 4 and then 3 comma 0. So if how can you simply solve this one? You have to add this distance, then add this distance, then this distance. Here we have in every case we have here as 0 and this one is 3, means this is not 0. Here we have 4 and this one is 0. So how can you calculate simple the distance between A and actually means these two distances? How can you simply do this? One is it actually 4? It is actually 4. The distance between this point and this point is actually 4. Because 4 minus 0 and 0 minus 0 is under root square, then you will get again 4 square, then you will get root 16. So you can write direct 4. And here the distance between this and this two is actually 3, because here 3 comma 0, 0 comma 0 and 3 comma 0. And here the distance between these 2 points will be, you have to write here a simple 3 square plus 4 square under root. So you have to write here 9 plus 16, and then you will get 225, and then you will get 5. So here will be 5. Add all these 3 and you will get your answer. That will be 5, 3, 8 and 12. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it? Means simple. If from origin, if one coordinate is origin, then what you need to do is simply the square of this. Means you can write 0 comma 4, means you have to write here means 4. This will be the 3 distance between this and this, and simply in this one you need to square 3 square plus 4 square, and write directly. No need to write x2 y2 minus x1 y1, right, like this way. So that will be 4 or 12. So here we have the option 12. In a similar way, you have to find out the area. If the vertices of the triangle is being given to you, then you have to find out the area of the triangle. So we have the formula, and by putting the values directly, you can find out the area of the triangle. In a similar way, if this point is given, okay, tell me, how will you solve the question number 8?
Distance formula.
Yes, distance formula. Okay. And
Find whether it is right triangle.
okay. So you have to check whether you have to calculate the 3 distances. And if all the 3 distances are equal, that means it is an equilateral triangle. If any of the 2 distances are equal, it means it is an isosceles triangle. If there is if there is nothing, means all the distances are different, then it's an scalene triangle. And if simple, the square of any 2 side is equals to the square of 3rd side. If the square of any 2 side is equals to the 3rd side, then it will be equivalent to, tell me.
Right triangle.
Yes, it will be equivalent to right angle triangle.
So what is scalene triangle?
Scalene triangles are those triangles in which nothing is equal. Means you can simply like this way, like this triangle we have. Okay, so here no sides. It is neither a right angle triangle, it is neither an equilateral triangle nor an isosceles triangle. So then it is an scalene triangle. Means if all the 3 distances are different, means if AB is not equals to BC is not equals to AC, then it is an scalene triangle. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's move further. Question number 9. Okay, we have the question number 9 here. So solve this one. In the points, it is being given to you. Okay. So we have this one. The points which divide the line segment, this and this, internally, it is being given to lie in the quadrants. Means simply you have to find out the quadrants. Okay, and you know that in the first quadrant we have the positive value, positive comma positive. In the second quadrant we have negative and positive value. In the third quadrant we have negative value, and in the fourth quadrant we have negative and positive and negative value, positive x and negative y. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is, here the m1 m2 being ratio is being given to you 1:2, and you need to find out the value of coordinate of this one. And then if the coordinates are both positive, or means you have to match in which quadrant they are going to lie. Okay. So is question number 9 is okay? Should I move to question number 10?
It's fourth.
It will lie in fourth quadrant. Okay. Okay. So tell me, do question number 10. Okay, tell me question number 10. The point which the point which lies on the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining the point this and this. Perpendicular bisector. First of all, you need to keep in mind what is perpendicular bisector. Okay, the points of lines the points which lies on the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining the midpoint this and this. Okay, joining the point this and this. So here the 2 points are being given to you, line segment, and we have to find out the points of the perpendicular bisector. So first of all, what does the word bisector means? It means simply you need to find out the points of a bisector, means midpoint actually. So find out the points of midpoint of these two lines. Midpoints of these 2 points. A. Yeah, it will be 0, 0, and this one. Yes, it will be 0, 0. Okay, 5 minus 5 and divided by 2 is still 0. Yes, so it will be A. So do not get confused with the perpendicular bisector. It means simple bisector. Okay. Okay. Question number 11th. So wait a minute.
The 0 minus 1, the part.
0 minus 1. D part. Sorry, B part. The fourth vertex of the parallelogram ABCD, whose 3 vertices are this and this. How do you solve this question? The vertices of parallelogram. How do you assume that it will be B 0, minus 1? So let's do this question. Okay, so here we have the question number 4, the fourth vertex of parallelogram D, whose vertices are this and this. Okay, so let me draw this one. Yeah. Okay, so here we have the vertices of a parallelogram, and here we have the parallelogram. Okay, and we have the three of them are being given to us, and the three of them are, number one is actually that is 2 comma minus 2 comma 3, 6 comma 7, minus 2 comma 3, 6 comma 7, and 8 comma 3 respectively. These are the 3 points are being given to us, and the fourth one is being asked. So let's assume that this one is x comma y. Okay, and you need to find out the distance that in parallelogram actually the diagonals are not equals, the sides are equals, and the property is that the diagonals bisect each other at, means they bisect each other. They bisect, means that this distance and this distance is actually equal. Okay, and this distance and this distance is actually equals and do not bisect each other perpendicular. They do not perpendicularly bisect each other. You need to keep in mind here also. So how can we solve this problem? So that is and your answer is actually do you solve this question or you just thoroughly said it by, how did you say that?
By solving it, x1, y1, then x2 by that.
Okay,
So
you have,
when I solved it.
you use this formula by using the, okay, so here we have this is the midpoint coordinate. Okay, so assuming that that is the diagonals are not equal. Okay, so what you need to do is you have to find out the distance between this point, okay, and equating with this one, and similarly this distance equating with this one. So then you will be only able to calculate the this one. So actually if I'm considering this point, so actually in parallelograms the opposite sides are equal, so this distance and this distance are equal. So you have to write here that like this way, that x minus 8 whole square plus 3 minus y whole square, and that it will be equivalent to uh, like this way, this is 6 minus minus 2 will get plus 2 square plus 7 minus 3 whole square, 7 minus 3 whole square. So I'm removing the under root because both the equations are being equated. So I'm removing the under root here, cutting the under roots or squaring on both sides. So you can write like this way. Okay, so you have to write here x square minus plus 64 plus 16x, sorry, minus 16x plus 64 minus 16x. Similarly 9, here you have to write here 9 plus y square, and then you have to write here minus of 6y, then it will be equivalent to 6 plus 2 means 8 square. 8 square means 64, and here you have to write here 7 minus 3 means 4. The 4 square is actually 16. So this 64 and this 64 will get cancelled out. So you have to write this equation in the simplest way, that is x square plus y square, then plus 16x, okay, plus 16x, and then plus 6, sorry, minus 16x, minus 16x, and then you have to write here minus 6y, and then this 9 will, when this 16 will comes to this side, or this you can take this 16 to that side. So it will be equivalent to 16 minus 9. How much you will get? 16 minus 9, you will get here 7. Okay, so you can write here 7. This is your first equation. Now similarly you have to make the equation with this one. Okay, so you have to write it like this way, that x minus x plus, then it will get plus x plus 2 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square. Actually what I did here is, okay, x minus 8 minus x minus 8 and y minus 3. Okay, here we have actually this is equal. Okay, so that is equivalent to, now you have to write here 8 minus 6 whole square, then plus 3 minus 7 whole square. Okay, so what you need to do here is you have to open the bracket again, x square plus 4 plus 4x, y square plus 9 minus minus 6x 6y is actually equivalent to, you have to write here, that is 8 minus 6, you have to get here 2 square is 4, so you can write here 4 square, 6 minus 2 means 2 square means 4, and then 3 minus 7 means you will get again 4 here, and 4 square is actually 16, so it will become 20. Okay, so now this we have or you can simply cut this 4 with 4, you can write here. Okay, so no need to write it like this way. So now you will get here x square plus y square, and then 4x plus 4x, and then minus 6y, and then actually you have to write here, what you need to write here is 4 plus 9 is actually 13, and when 13 will goes to that side, it will become again 7. It will again become 7. Okay, so it will become equivalent to 7. You have to write this one as 7. Okay. Okay. Got it?
Yes,
Got it,
sir.
good. Now what you need to do is subtracting the first equation with second. When you subtract the first equation with second, the x, yes, tell me.
Both are equal. Both equations are equal. So can we equate it?
Yeah, we can equate it also. Same thing is equation. If you are equating, then it will be equal. Equating and subtracting is same thing here. 6y is equals to actually x square plus y square plus 4x minus 6y. Okay, so here 6y plus 6y will get cancelled out here. We will get y square. Okay, y square and y square will get cancelled out here, and this x square will get cancelled out here. Okay, so we have here actually the x value will be 0 because we are equating something with 0. So when you will get this here, we will get 0 is equals to 16 minus. Okay, we have to get this value. So here you can find out the value of x simply by putting the value of x. You will get here 20 x is equals to 0. So you can write here x is equals to 0 here. Okay, so when you find out the value of x, now putting the equation of x the value of x in here, you can find out the value of y also in any one of the equation. When you put x is equals to 0, then you can find out the value of. So here if you put the value of x, like just if you are putting this value here as 0, so you can write here 0 plus y square plus 0 minus 6y is actually equals to 7. Okay, so what you can write here is y square minus 6y is equals to 7. So taking y as common, you can write here y minus 6 is equals to 7. So here we can equate one value y is equals to 7 with the 7. Okay, and another we can equate that y minus 6. Okay, so here we can say that how can y will become, how can you get this number as 7? So it is by simply saying that either y is equals to, means you can put these n equations. If you put any number here, so y is equals to actually 7, or you can write here y minus 6 is equals to 7. So means you have to equate this by 2, means two equations you have to equate it by 7. So let me check the answer. What is the answer? So you are saying that x is equals to 0 and y is equals to minus 1.
So y can be 1 also, 7 also. So we can choose 0, 1, which will be A option.
Okay, which would be A option. Now let me check one more time here. We have the we know that the coordinate of y x is 100% 0. So here we have either the one option A or B is correct. Okay, now you need to cross check this one also. Let's cross check which one is, which will be correct. or in such equations, if you are having, means if you are having doubt that whether the option A will be correct or the option B will be correct, and if you are having some doubt, so you can cross check this one, because the important thing is that you need to put your, means there should not be 100%, means your answer should be 100% correct. There should not be any confusions. Okay, so if I'm saying that, if I'm considering that, if I'm suppose that, if I'm saying that here we have the coordinate 0, 1, just assuming that 0, 1 is the coordinate. Okay, so how can you justify this one? Okay, this will be the same coordinate for this one. So we know that the diagonals actually divide the line segment into the diagonals of the parallelogram divide the line segments into means diagonal divides bisect each other. They bisect each other. In parallelogram, the diagonals are going to bisect each other. Okay, so suppose if I'm just going to take the here that we have the coordinates like this way. Here we are just learning something, that how to actually solve the problems. Okay, so if I'm saying that these are the 3 coordinates. Okay, and here we assume that, assuming that this is 1, 0, and another one is actually, here we have the other coordinates. What were the other coordinates? That is 2, minus 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8, 3. Two, 3, 6, 7, and 8, 3. Is it correct? Minus 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 3. Okay. So what you need to do is you can simply calculate the midpoint of these two. If the midpoint coordinate is same, then in both the cases, then this option will be correct. So you can simply check this one easily. 6 plus 0 divided by 2, you will get 3. And here you will get 4. 3, 4 is the coordinate of this midpoint. And here if you take this one, 2 minus 8, you will get 6 divided by 3, you will get 3 divided by 2, means simply the midpoint of this one. Okay, and this one 3 divided by 3, you will get 6 divided by 2, you will get 3. So here the coordinates are different. Here the coordinates are different. Okay, so you have to take the minus 1 here. If you take the minus 1 here, then the coordinate will be same. Got it? 3, 3 will be the coordinate. So the correct option will be 0, minus 1. Got it? Sadhna and Tanishka.
Yes, sir.
What we learn in this question is that if we have been means if it is taking time, means you are taking time, that we don't know the correct option. Okay, so that what will be the correct coordinate of this one. So you can do this one by simply assuming that the coordinate of this point is, okay. Or another way to solve this question is, means if you need to exactly calculate the value of this one, how can you calculate this one? So we have also done this type of questions. No need to do this 3 ways that we have done this one. This is a long process also. How can you simply solve this question if you have? So let's try one more time. Another, because this is a learning process and we are just going to learn something here. Assume that this coordinate is going to have x, y coordinate. Okay, and assuming that these are the vertices of this one. So the coordinate of this one will be 3 plus 8, sorry, 2 plus 8. How much you will get? You will, sorry, 2 minus 2 plus 8. Minus 2, sorry, 8 minus 2 divided by 2 will get 6 divided by 2, you will get 3. So 3, 3 plus 3, 6 divided by 2, you will get simple 3 here. So here 3, 3 is actually the coordinate of this midpoint. Now, if the coordinate of the midpoint is being given to you, okay, then you can easily find out the coordinate of this one. So if capital X is 3, so, and here is, we are considering x1 plus 6 divided by 2, and the capital X is being given, that is 3. So you can simply write here. Okay, no need to go through that process. Okay, so you have to remove this one and you have to write here 3, and when this 3 get multiplied with this one, you will get 6 is equals to x plus 6. So this x will comes 0. So x is equals to 0. And similarly for y, you know the capital X is this one, capital Y is this one for midpoint. So you have to write here 3 again, and then you have to write here y plus 7 divided by 2. So you're going to get 6 is equals to actually y plus 7. So then y is equals to minus 1. So this is another way that you can simply solve this question by using this formula also, midpoint formula. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's easy now. Time we got is stuck in the question. Okay. Moving to question number 12. How will you solve the question number 12? Question number 12. And it is being asked. So simply you need to calculate the formula. Leave the rest.
Section formula.
Which one?
Section formula.
Yes, you have to use the section formula, and you need to calculate the value of m1 and m2. Then you will be able to calculate the value of m1 and m2. So that will be the P point, and here we have A, P, and B. Let's suppose you get for example, let's suppose you get a ratio as 2:3. So actually, you can simply say that the ratio will be for AP upon AB. It will be 2/5. Means 5 part of AB and 2 parts of AP. Okay, 2/5. Then you can simply write here AP will be equivalent to this one. So whatever the ratio you are going to get, suppose if you are going to get the ratio that is 1:3. Suppose if you get the ratio 1:3. Okay, so if your ratio is 1:3 for AP, yeah, 1:2. For example, you get the ratio 1:2. 1:2. Okay, for the point this one 1:2. So you can write here that AP upon AB it will be equivalent to 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, because the AB will be 3 parts. So you can write here AP will be equals to 3 AB. 1/3 AB. 1/3 AB. So when you calculate will you be able to solve this question number 12? Are you confident? Both of you, are you confident?
But I can try.
Sir, can we let me try?
Should I try this? Should I try this question for you, or you are trying?
Let us try for one.
Okay, try it. Done.
Sir, doing.
Okay, let me solve this question for you. It's taking time. 4 comma 2, 8 comma 4, and there's 2 comma 1. Okay, so we have here a line segment. Okay, that is we have 4 comma 2, 8 comma 4, and we have 2 comma 1 as a line segment. Let's assume that this is dividing the line segment into m1 and m2, and this one is capital X and this one is capital Y. And I told you there is no need, only one coordinate is enough to calculate the ratio. So either you can calculate it by X or either you can calculate it by Y. So let's calculate it by using X. So we have capital X is equals to m2 x1 plus m1 x2 upon m1 plus m2. So you have to write here 2 is equals to m2 into what is the value of x1 is 4 plus m1 is actually m1 and the value of x2 is 8 upon m1 plus m2. So what you need to do here is you have to take this to that side. You will get 2m1 plus 2m2 will be equivalent to 4m2 then 8m1. Okay, so what you need to do here is you have to take this m2 to that side. Okay, and how it is possible that it is coming in negative? 8m1, is it the positive? Let me check. The coordinate is 8 comma 4 or 4 comma let me check the coordinate. So here the coordinates are 2 comma 1 is the point lies on the line segment joining the 4 comma 2 and 8 comma 4. 4 comma 2 and 8 comma 4 and 2 comma 1. So coordinates are 4 comma 2 and 8 comma 4. So here we have 2m1 to m2. Here we have 4m2 4m2. Very good. Sahi hai ekdam. And that is 8m1. This is x1, this is x2, sorry, this is x2, this is x1. So it's correct. So when you take this m2 to the side, this will become minus. How it is becoming the minus?
So for me, m1 and m2 is equal to 1 upon minus 3.
Yes, minus. So let's like here the coordinates are coming. Here the coordinates are coming in negative. So let's try with y1. Okay, y with y. So let's assume this one is a y coordinate here. So let's take capital Y is equals to m1 by 2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So you can write here y is 1 here. What is m1? M1 is actually uh, m1 and y2 is actually 4. So you have to write 4 plus m2 is actually m2. M2 is actually m2 and y2 is actually y1 is actually 2. So you have to write here 2 upon m1 plus m2. So this will goes to that side and will become m1 plus m2 will be equivalent to 4m1 and 2m2. 4m1 and 2m2. Okay. Now take this m1 to that side and again they are coming in negative. Okay. So let's check first. Let's try this one. So here we have 3. This will goes to that side. It will become 3m1. And when this will comes to that side, this will become minus of m2. So the required ratio will be m1 upon m2 will be equivalent to how much? 3 upon minus of so no need to write here 3, because if you write here 3 then it will not get multiplied. So you have to write 3 upon minus 1. Okay, so 3 upon minus 1 is the ratio of m1 and m2. So let's check. So if AP, so here actually let's assume whether the P point is lying in the between this point. If P is the point lies on the line segment joining the point this and this, then actually the ratio is in negative is not possible. So there might be some mistake in the question. This is A, this is B, and I am saying that this is the ratio dividing the line segment into -1 and 3. This one is P. So how can you write that AP upon AB will be equivalent to 1 upon how can you be able to write this one? You cannot write this way. So there might be some error in the question. So because there might be some mistake in the coordinates writing. So that's not possible that the ratio will be coming in negative. Okay, so if I'm saying that that these 2 points are being joined here, and I'm saying that this will be gives you AP upon AB will be equivalent to 1 upon 2. So AP is equals to 1 by 2 PB. Sorry, AB. Is this such option given to you in the question? No. So AP is equals to PB. And PB is being asked here. PB is equals to 1/3 of AP. AP is equals to 1 by 2 PB. So here actually the D option is correct. I think if we need to tick according to us, so here the D option will be correct. B option, because here we are getting that AP. When we add these two ratio, what will we get? We will get here 2, means 3 part is this one and -1 part is this one. So when we add these two, you will get here 2. So AP means this part upon AB will be equivalent to this one. So here D option, according to this one, D option will be correct. Okay, got it? Got it?
Yes.
But most of the time negative ratio does not come. So here we are going to have the next class in the after 1 hour. Okay, from the 8:30 Indian timing. So we'll continue that one. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, we will be going to start after 5 minutes late, means we will going to start the next class after 8 means on 8:35. So join it on 8:35. Okay.
Okay, sir.